Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back for those of you that were with us this morning. Thank you for you all being here at the KYAC conference this year, where we celebrate all that is youth, young adult, tweens, teens, and everyone that's around them. So now you're in for a treat when we have Amanda Wheeler and Emily Hutchison are going to be presenting to us. So much information and it's coming our way. So I'm just going to be quiet and let them kick it in. Just thank you again for being here. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat and I'll watch it for them. And Emily and Amanda will get to the questions as they're able. Thank you, ladies, and take it away.
Thank you, Amy. So today we're going to be talking about hands-on learning, enhancing out-of-school time at the library. My name is Emily Hutchison, and I'm the Experiential Learning Associate at Central, which is our downtown branch, and I run the Kliber Foundation STEAM Lab. The Kliber Foundation STEAM Lab focuses on science, technology, engineering, art, and math learning opportunities for students in upper elementary and middle school. And we have regular scheduled programming throughout the year, and we also host or run bigger programs during school breaks that sometimes are series and sometimes they're one-offs, and we're going to talk about them today. And some of the programs we'll talk about today will be STEAM Lab programs, and others have taken place in some of our other branches as well.
And my name is Amanda Wheeler. Hope everyone had a great lunch break. We're excited that you guys are here with us. I'm the Experiential Learning Manager here at Lexington Public Library. I manage all of our learning spaces. So that includes the Kliber Foundation STEAM Lab, the Northside Digital Studio, the Eastside Makerspace, and our newest addition is the Marksbury Family Branch Makerspace. All right, so first we're going to take a look at the research. We love data. I love looking at the numbers and kind of understanding where we're coming from, and it helps us have a better understanding of what we want to do and what our goals are. So according to the research, which is here, but then you can also find it online, and then we can also send that to you if you'd like a bigger copy. But according to the research done in the summer of 2023, 72% of students were learning in non-school settings. And this included enrichment programs, just like library programs. And so as we all know, summer is the busiest time at the library for most of our library systems. And so 72% of students were learning in non-school settings during the summer of 2023. The National Summer Learning Association, which you can see NSLA down there at the bottom, which if you are not familiar with them, they are a wonderful organization. I highly recommend looking into them. They have done work with guides and resources. They provide free guides and resources to help you conduct community assessments, evaluate program quality. Again, back to that data and the information to help us have better programs for the community. So NSLA worked on this research, and we have worked with NSLA for the past 3 summers. So as you can see in this research, that 38% of low-income students participated in programs compared with 67% of higher income students. So that is quite a difference there, the 38 to 67%. And 66% said that the biggest barrier to them participating in a summer program was affordability. So as the library, we're here for the entire community. We offer free programming. And so really this is where the library can step in and make a really big difference. We can offer really high quality learning opportunities for the community, and we can offer those for free. So we'll talk about this, and how this is possible, not only in the summer, but also in other times when the students are out of school. So why do series programs? Why why is it important? Why should we do it? So just like on the last slide that we saw, we offer programs because we want to reach the community and we want to alleviate barriers. And so our programs as the library are free and open to the public. You don't have to pay to attend. You don't have to be a member. Everyone's invited. And that's what makes the library a really, really special place. Often we'll talk about how the library is a third space. So it's not home, it's not school, it's a place where these students can come, they can be who they are, and they just belong at the library because we are a welcoming place to everyone. So this is really important all the time, but it's also really important during the out of school time, especially when a lot of the other out of school time opportunities that are available are going to be paid opportunities. So we have seen that when we offer these out of school time opportunities, and we refer to them as out of school time because, you know, obviously summer is the biggest one, right? That's a really long time. We have lots and lots of students coming into the library in the summer. But we call it out of school time because we also want to focus on other times that the kiddos are not in school, like fall break, spring break, even those one-off days that the students aren't in school, like those professional development days for teachers, election day, which is coming up really soon. And so when we offer these out of school time opportunities, whether it be one day or multi-day, it really helps us reach different members of the community. These are members who we don't normally see during our after school or our weekend programming while school is in session. It's been really, really cool to see the different families and the different groups that are attending these out of school time programs. And so by offering these programs for free, we're able to reach students who really need it. And we're able to offer these learning opportunities to the whole community, and it really provides more of an equitable opportunity because these are free, again, free and open to the public. So this picture that you can see right here is from one of our multi-day programs, which was over fall break a couple of years ago. This is a Minecraft coding program. And the Minecraft programs have been really successful during these out of school times. It's really great because there's not a lot of reoccurring costs. There's no consumables. If you have laptops and you purchase the license, you can run a Minecraft program as many times as you want. When I was a youth services librarian in Lincoln County, we had a lot of interest in Minecraft. And so I would run a monthly program that we would have every single month. So we've run here at Lexington, we've run Minecraft programs. Some of them are coding, some of them are not. But we have run these programs both as multi-day and single day. And both have worked really, really well. And we'll talk a little bit more in another slide about how those multi-day programs work.
So in the month of October, we have Hallow STEAM, which is where we host programs that highlight fall and Halloween themes. We've done fall break a couple different ways over the years, but my personal favorite and the kids' favorite has been our Glow Week that we host. I got the idea from the Programming Librarian Facebook group. I really suggest you guys join that group if you are not already a part of it. Somebody had been posting about glow parties, which seemed really fun to me. And then I was like, oh, I bet I can make a glow party, a glow steam kind of thing. And so we have black lights out, and then we do several days of activities like glow slime, glow science experiments, glow painting, and more. And it's not required for participants to come to every program, but several families do come multiple days for those programs. And the biggest investment is the black lights. But they've been used across our library system several times now. And like I said, I really love this program and the kids really love this program. So we'll probably be doing Glow Week for a while. The picture on the left is from Glow Painting this year. And then the picture on the right is from Glow Slime, which is by far the favorite of our Glow Week programs. This year I literally ran out of chairs for that program. So it was very, very popular. Something about We all know that the kids love slime, but adding in the glow in the dark factor really made it really popular. Our winter break and spring break programs vary from year to year. Last year, we started doing Lego Day, which you can see pictured here. I partner with our youth services staff on this program. We have the kids build for an hour, and then we go and watch a Lego movie in our theater that we have. This is a really reproducible program. All you need is Lego, which oftentimes you can get donated. All of the Lego that we have was donated from a teacher, actually, that she had a lot of Lego and was willing to give it to us. So we were very thankful for that. And there's not a lot of effort on the back end for this program, and it's really big. We had over 90 participants last year, and we expect a really similar turnout this year, which is why it's so nice to collaborate with our youth services staff so that it's manageable for everyone. But like I said, it's a really easy program. You just need Lego. You can also do the movie part if you have SWINC licensing. That's what we use, is playing movies with our SWINC licensing. We've also done 3 days of 3D printing over winter break, where it was a series where we kind of started out with the fundamentals of 3D printing and design, and ended with students getting to take home several 3D printed objects that they either designed themselves or they painted and put together and assembled. That one was really popular. They designed things like snowman and put together snowflakes. We did specifically like snow themed for that one. We've also done series of programs with Minecraft, like Amanda was saying, and that a member of our public service staff collaborates with us on, because I know absolutely nothing about Minecraft. So it's really helpful to have a member of staff that's confident in that program. And we've done where I provided some information in the beginning. So for example, last year the students built snowflakes, and I explained how snowflakes formed and kind of the science behind them before she dove into explaining the activity in Minecraft. Also pictured here is our yearly egg drop program that we have, that students create a device to keep an egg safe when it's dropped from our 5th floor. As you can see, our library is set all around this really cool pendulum. And then I'll have staff members help, and they'll drop from the 5th floor, and then we'll see if their egg survives. This program is a staff and student favorite every year. We do it every year. And a tip for this program is to have the students put their egg in a Ziploc bag before they place it into their creation. It helps with a lot less mess. And then also have them build almost all their whole creation and then put the egg inside. And that helps with not wasting any eggs before you get down there. And I asked staff to help with the dropping of the eggs, and our security team and maintenance team help set up the tarp at the bottom and everything like that. So as you can see in the photo, it's a whole library kind of tradition. We'll have patrons that come and stand and look and watch and see the eggs drop and see if they survive, and other staff members get really excited about that one too. So it's always a really great program.
And to add to that, you know, you can drop, it doesn't have to be eggs, right? You can drop Legos, and it doesn't have to be, you know, from the 5th floor. I've done the same program before, and we've dropped Legos from the 2nd floor. So lots of different ways there that you can kind of take something and make it work for your space and your audience. So one of the other things that we've done is called STEAM Powered. And so STEAM Powered has been a summer program that we've done for the last 3 years. And every year we focus on a different STEAM topic and overarching STEAM activity. This is a multi-day, multi-week program, and came out of a grant from NSLA. And we needed to identify a group within our community that we really wanted to have some targeted programming for. And so we really saw the need here to encourage middle school girls to explore STEAM and STEAM topics. And so we decided that we were going to focus our efforts on girls who were in middle school. So we did anyone who had just finished 5th grade all the way to if they had just finished 8th grade. It is a big undertaking, and we definitely could not do it alone. So back again to kind of the theme that Emily was heading on, you know, partnering with, people in your library, tapping into their expertise, whether it be Minecraft, or, tapping into your community partners as well. So every year we partner with local community partners to make this program happen. It's really great because the community partners get to present to a captive audience, and the participants that we have, they really get a high quality learning opportunity from these experts that we've been able to bring in. So some of the community partners that we have partnered with, they include the Extension Office, Parks and Recreation. We've also partnered with our local schools, and local nonprofits like the Humane Society. We have tried this program a few different ways. We've hosted it all at one of our locations. We've hosted at one of our locations plus a community center. And so we've tried, several different lengths of days or different number of days, different days of the week. And I would say, we are still, revamping and trying new things. So that's kind of a fun thing that you can kind of evaluate the program and then change it to kind of fit what the community need is. So one of the cool things is that every year we hear back from the girls about how much this program has really meant to them, which is super impactful, but like extra impactful because it's middle schoolers. So I feel like that's a really harder audience to impress, or a harder audience to kind of recruit and retain. And so it's been really, really nice and heartening to hear, them say things like they wouldn't have been able to participate in a summer program if it wasn't for this. They, know that cost is a barrier to them and that they wouldn't be able to afford other programs. So they were really, really thankful that this program was offered, and it was offered to them for free. We also hear from parents that say that the students had a really great time. We don't call it camp, but the parents do say that they like the camp-like experience, because again, camp is really cost prohibitive. This is not, a stayover type of situation. We have the girls about 3 hours a day, about 3 days a week, for 3 to 4 weeks. So it is sort of camp-like, because they're there, they get to build these bonds with each other, which has been a really, really cool thing to see. Because there's not a lot of other opportunities like this for middle school students in the area, and especially, not one that they don't have to pay for. So it's really nice to see, you'll bring in these students on the very first day, and most of the time, none of them know each other at all. But by the end, they're exchanging phone numbers, and, they are, planning on coming to other library events together. We've seen several groups of friends form out of this program, and then we've seen them come back to future library programs, which has been really rewarding. Another thing is we study, like I mentioned before, we study a different topic every year. And so the first year we studied aquaponics and how plants and fish work together. The next year we studied cockroaches, how to design a habitat for them and learn all about what they need to survive and thrive. And then this last year, 24, we learned about vermicomposting. So that's composting with worms. And it's been really, really cool to see that the bond that the students, form with each other, but also how invested they get into these hands-on learning experiences. So the very first day, as you can imagine, some of them are like, I will not touch a cockroach. I don't even want to look at the cockroaches. Same thing for the worms. But by the end, they are like naming them. They are like checking on them. They're taking pictures with them. They're making sure, because they've formed this bond with these animals, and, they are the caretaker for these animals. And so they're really making sure that, they're well taken care of, and they really take ownership over that, which is really cool to see, especially because at first they're like, I don't even want to look at them. So And this particular photo right here, we are at McConnell Springs. So again, one of the partnerships that we've had with Parks and Rec. So we were able to go to McConnell Springs. One of the staff members there was able to give us a tour so the students could learn about the springs and the habitats that are there. And we were able to do some water quality testing. So the students were able to have some hands-on experience and learn about what makes water, a good habitat and what makes it not a good habitat. And we were able to borrow a testing kit from one of the local nonprofits, Bluegrass Green Source. So if you are in the area, the Lexington area, Bluegrass Green Source has lots of kits that you can borrow. We borrow them very frequently. And so they're a really great resource if you're in the area.
So some key takeaways that we've gotten from these programs is it doesn't have to always be hard. If you look for already completed lesson plans and resources, things like Project Learning Tree, those are great resources as far as following lesson plans. And then also we've worked with Kentucky State University for content. And so they've trained us on curriculum for free, and they've hosted field trips to KSU. They let us borrow aquaponics systems our first year. So they are a really great resource. So things like universities and different things like that are a great resource as far as running programs like this. We've tried programs where students come to a reoccurring program that is several days in the same week. And we've also tried programs that are standalone. And they both kind of have pros and cons, right? Like she said, with STEAM Powered, those participants really are bonded to each other and everything like that. And then sometimes our one-off programs like Lego Day are ones that we have a whole lot of people impacted at once. So it really just depends on the program, and they both kind of have pros and cons as far as that goes. And like Amanda said, it's okay to try it out and change it up. And if it doesn't work well the first time, like she said, we've tried 5 weeks, and we've tried 4 weeks, and we tried 3 weeks, and we tried a community center and this library or this other branch. So we've tried different things every single year. And we make sure to ask for a lot of community feedback with talkback boards, or every year we also poll our participants so that we can kind of see what they enjoyed, what they didn't like. And usually, middle schoolers will tell you what they didn't like, and then also what worked and how we could improve to be better. Also, make sure to check on what other things are being offered in your community during the same time period to kind of help you plan. If it's the same week as, middle school 4-H camp, maybe that's not the week that you do your big program series or anything like that. And so the picture on the top is from our glow science experiments, where a student was watching their glow-in-the-dark lava lamp. This was the first time this year that I did glow-in-the-dark lava lamps, and it was really fun. It was actually just the traditional lava lamp kind of recipe, except we just added some green fluorescent paint, and then the black lights made it glow. And then the picture underneath that one is from STEAM Powered last year. That is when we visited Kentucky State University, where they did a macroinvertebrate study in the creek. So they led us through how to tell how healthy a creek is based off what macroinvertebrates live there and what you can find. And a big part of STEAM Power that we try to hit every year as well is to get students on a college campus. So last year we went to Kentucky State University. This year we went to University of Kentucky. And the first year we went to Transylvania. So just getting even in middle school, getting them exposed to what a campus looks like, maybe get to talk to some students and learn about what it's like to be a college student, just to kind of inspire them to, work hard and hopefully get there once they graduate high school. And then the other picture on the slide is from this year's STEAM Powered in 2024. So that one was community impact. So we focused all on projects that made an impact in our community. So that picture is they made no-sew blankets for the Lexington Humane Society after we had some Humane Society volunteers come out and kind of talk about their mission and everything like that. And it was really impactful. We also did lots of really cool other stuff with that program. We 3D printed assistive devices, and we learned about the environment and how to be, things about oil spills and different things like that. So it was a really impactful and cool program.
So one of the themes that we have, kind of focused on here, and something really that we've learned, is that you don't have to do it alone. You really can't do it alone. There is a lot of things that we're doing, and we definitely could not do it alone. So we've talked about community partners and how we've used them in STEAM Powered. So for example, the picture on the top right here is someone from Live Green Lex, and she is instructing the student on the proper way to drill holes in the vermicomposting bin. So could I have done that? Probably not. So it was really nice to be able to have someone come in who's an expert. They have, created lots of vermicomposting beds. They were able to instruct the students on how to do it properly, because you definitely don't want to do it wrong. And so it was also a really cool opportunity for the students to see people who are in positions, in jobs that they might also want to have one day. So like Emily said, every year we try to take the students onto a college campus, just so they have that experience in case that is something that they want to pursue down the road in life. But we also really want to show them career pathways. So we want to show them, different positions and opportunities that they might not have been aware of otherwise. So that's the really cool thing about community partners, is that a lot of times their mission is to do outreach and education, and you have a captive audience for that. So it's a win-win, because your audience is going to get this high quality information from these experts, and then those students are also going to see these career pathways. So that's the top right is Live Green Lex, and helping us make some vermicomposting bins. On the bottom left is the first year we went to the aquaponics facility at Kentucky State University. And they have a really large facility where they're doing aquaponics on a large scale. And they were able to tell the students about how, they could do that as a career, how, people sell the fish and they sell the, vegetables and things that they're growing in the aquaponics. And so they could kind of see that as a revenue stream, as a future career possibly. And then we have also partnered with organizations for one-day programs. So on the top left, that is a program that we hosted with Breakbeat Code. Breakbeat Code is a free online program from Google. And so we actually had 2 members who work for Google, and they were there with the students. So, that's really impressive, right? Like, Google is this great big corporation who, otherwise outside of that program, I've never met anyone who works for Google. Those kids have never met anyone who works for Google, but now they're getting the opportunity to work alongside them. So what a great opportunity for those students to be able to code. So I'm not going to get too deep into the program. I will highly recommend it. It's a really, really cool program. And again, it is free. But the students are writing code, and then the Google experts are there to help the students write the code if they're run into roadblocks and trouble and problems, and help them kind of work through that. So it's a really, really cool opportunity for those students, again, to see multiple different career pathways, different job opportunities that they might not have been aware of, and kind of open up their horizons to, like, maybe I like coding. Maybe I want to do that as a career. And then, you know, it also combines music. So they're coding and they're making beats. They're creating music. So it kind of helps incorporate coding and music, which is really nice. And then speaking of music, on the bottom right, that is a program that we hosted called Bridging the Gap. And we were able to bring in local artists and musicians to share their expertise with participants. So it's always really cool. We like when we are able to bring in experts, especially people who are local, to share what they're doing, how they got there, what the kids need to do if they want to be in that career one day, and to share that with them. And then they can see a real life example, and they can see themselves doing those things. So it never hurts to ask. That's what we've decided. We've been told no, and that's okay, because if you don't ask, it's also a no. So it doesn't hurt to ask. You know, like Emily said, we ask for, you know, to go on field trips to universities. We've been told no before. That's okay. We ask to partner with different community partners. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Even if it doesn't work out, sometimes it opens the door to a partnership down the road in the future. And sometimes they're able to offer, you know, advice or different partnership opportunities, give you, you know, some different avenues and things like that. So it doesn't hurt to ask. And the worst thing that could happen is they say no, and then you find something else. So that's really, you know, our biggest takeaway. Don't do it alone. Work with the people in your library, work with your community partners. Start small, and then you can always expand and make it bigger from there. So I see one question in the comments, and Emily, I'll ask it and you can take it. But Atlanta wants to know what is needed in slime for glow weeks, and how do you make it glow?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's basically just a regular slime recipe, but it also has glow in the dark paint. That's the only thing that makes it glow, is the glow in the dark paint. We found the recipe on a YouTube video. If you just Google glow in the dark slime, it'll pull up. We've also done glow in the dark bouncy balls, which is, if you've ever made bouncy balls, it's really, really similar to slime. It's just you also add cornstarch, and that was the same kind of thing that they just used glow in the dark paint to make it glow. And then the black lights really add the wow factor there. So we've got like 4 or 5 black lights, and what I'll do is they'll make all their slime, and then I'll turn the black lights on at once, and then it's just a whole room of kids going whoa at the same time. So
and thanks, Amy, for putting links in the chat. She put the NSLA link, also the breakbeat code link. I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the chat. Emily had mentioned that we did some 3D printed assistive devices. And this is something that we have been rolling out to all of our experiential learning spaces. These are 3D printed, and they are tools to help make everyday life easier. Tons and tons of ones on there. We specifically did bag holders and line readers, but there's a lot of options on there.
the Google coding was great.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So you can buy glow powder. So glow paint, glow powder, lots of options there. And then Amy, you have the link up there. It's the breakbeat code. That is a free program that is run by Google. So any other questions, feel free to type them in the chat. We are happy to answer any questions anyone might have.
I'm curious, is there a memory that you guys have of something that just went horrifically wrong and you'd never do again? Because that's always so helpful for us. So what like really jumps it? The minute I said it, you both started laughing. Because so often we can learn so much by mistakes. And so let's be scientists and really embrace that.
Honestly, it was probably the vermicomposting has been our, it was kind of a little crazy on our end. The kids never knew that anything was crazy, but we did. It was just more so that, we took care of fish and cockroaches and everything like that. And I was like, worms will be easy. And the worms weren't as easy as I thought. Actual, like vermicomposting takes a lot of research, and it takes a lot of understanding, like, even if you Google exactly what to put in it, your worms might like some things more than other people's worms and different things like that. So it was actually vermicomposting that I would say was probably like, I don't want to do vermicomposting again. We'll try with a different insect or animal next year.
So it's funny that you say that. So the one that pops into my head is when we have done paper circuits, and we have tried to do more than like 2 LEDs, it gets really, really complicated, and the success rate for the students gets lower, so they get frustrated, and yeah. So normally now, if we do paper circuits, we're keeping it to 1 or 2 LEDs.
Yes, we've done Christmas cards before. Like we had different holiday cards and everything, and winter cards. But I don't think a single kid went home with all of their Christmas tree lights lit up. So you live and you learn, right?
Yeah, those copper wires can be really difficult for administrating to work with sometimes to activate that type of setting. Other questions or thoughts? Things that they can clarify?
And I see that Jennifer put in the chat a link to some glue powder. So thanks for doing that.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the glow-in-the-dark paint works the same as glow powder, pretty much. The glow powder might make it a little bit more pigmented, but the glow-in-the-dark paint still works when they go home and don't have a black light in front of them. I've done some things where they've got neon, it's just neon paint, and then I've done some things where they've done glow-in-the-dark paint. So it just depends.
I have put Amanda's and Emily's email in the chat, so that's there for you. Yeah, the Glow Week idea, that just looks like a blast. Yeah. You're getting lots of nice thank yous.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming.
This together and sharing those resources. Their presentation is already available for you on the main page of the KYAC conference. If you get frustrated and can't find it, just email me. I'll send the presentation to you. I'm sure Amanda and Emily are both available for questions because they offered before too. So I'll just kind of assume they're nodding their head, thankfully, so I wasn't too presumptuous. But thank you for both for just taking your time and bringing all these images to us, because it just brought everything you were doing to life. We also need to thank the IMLS, the Institute of Museum and Library Services, for funding the conference, because that just allowed us to get a lot of professional development and learn in areas that we may not necessarily be able to do on our own. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll start again at 2 o'clock. In this room will be Amid the Tomes of Candlekeep, and it's D&D, so hosting tabletop role-playing games, if you know absolutely nothing, all the way up to extremely skilled. Now, the person presenting this is phenomenal, and you can hit him up with any question, and he's amazing. So I think you're going to love it. Room 2 has Tanya Swan from Louisville Free, and she is talking about Louisville's Day of Play, and it's a whole day of messy play outside, and it's amazing. And in room 3, Cindy Schutz which some of you may recognize that name. So she is the teen librarian extraordinaire that hosts often for us. She and Patricia Giroux are going to be presenting on their experiences with Comic-Cons and all that is involved in kind of, I don't know, evolves over time with their Comic-Cons. So I don't know how you guys are going to choose. All three sessions are just stellar. So take a break, stretch, and make your decisions. Emily and Amanda, thank you again. And yes, Amanda just posted in the chat. You're more than welcome to reach out with questions. And there's emails. And thank you again, everyone, for being here at the KYAC conference.